Hey ladies, how are you doing? This is Mr. Juan, your Spanish teacher. I just wanted to make a quick video for you so you have something to study in between classes, because I know once a week really isn't all that much. I'm out here at Starbucks. It's kind of hot, but I'm out here bearing it for you guys. All right. First of all, let's review what we learned so far, and I wanted to give you something else to study before I see you again next week. First, let's look at the letter sounds and how that makes it different than the English language. It's basically a review of what we've already done, but I just wanted to go over it one more time so you have it right here and you can practice it whenever you want. Let's start off by just repeating some of the words that you've already learned. I'm going to say them in Spanish. I'm going to pronounce them the way that they should be pronounced. Remember, I'm from El Salvador, from Central America, so this is how we pronounce them in Central America. And then you should see the English translation right there at the bottom of the screen. Let's start with the CH sound. Remember, the CH sound is one letter. So the words we learned for CH were nacho, nacho, cuchara, cuchara, cuchillo, cuchillo, pecho, pecho. Next, let's start with the H sound. Remember, the H sound is silent unless it's right next to the C. The words we learned for H were the name for the letter H itself, which is H. H. Then there's hombre, hombre, hola, hola, hablar, hablar. Now we have the double R versus the R sound. I'm going to say the pair of words. So one is going to be the word with a double R, and then what happens when we drop one of the R's. The first pair is carro, carro. Then if we drop the R, it is caro, caro. The second set, first word is perro, perro. And if we drop the R, it is pero, pero. The third set, perra, perra. And if we drop the R, it is pera, pera. We have next the double L. Remember, it makes the Y sound, yeah, in Spanish. So the first word is tortilla, tortilla. Then llamar, llamar. Next one, lluvia, lluvia. Finally, we have calle, calle. Finally, we have the J sound. Remember, the J sounds like an H, like in my name, Juan, Juan. And we have jugo, jugo. Next we have jabón, jabón. And last we have jugar, jugar. Next, let's look at the vowel sounds. All right, if you learn what the vowel sounds really sound like in Spanish and how they're different than in English, then you'll be able to accurately make words for yourself. So remember, they are a, e, I, o, u. One more time. A, e, I, o, u. So let's try putting some vowels together with some of the other letters. Let's do M's, okay? After each set, I'm going to give you an example word with one consonant and one vowel together. So the first set is ma, ma, me, me, mi, mo, mu. So try repeating it yourself. The word for the first set, we're going to say madre, madre. The second set, let's use F. So the first sound, fa, fe, fi, fo, fu. So again, fa, fe, fi, fo, fu. Try, pause it if you need to and practice on your own. The word for the F sound is, we're going to go over feliz. Feliz. It's a good word to know. Next one, the N. Na, ne, ni, no, nu. Try repeating it yourself. For the N sound, we're looking at the word nido. Nido. Notice N-I, ni. Not ne, like it would be in English. Now let's do S. Sa, se, si, so, su. In this one, we're looking at S-O, so, and the word is sopa. Sopa. Finally, let's try H. Remember the H at the beginning, or anywhere in Spanish without the C, is going to be a silent. So, A, E, I, O, and U. So one silent H word that has the U sound is humo. Humo. Now, we know the vowel sounds, we know the consonant sounds, we know some of the letters and how it makes us different. Let's look at some actual basic phrases. Practice these before we see each other next week. The first one, let's start with introductions. Remember, I taught you hola, hola. But what about if you want to ask someone how they are? You would say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Another way to ask someone how they are would be, instead of ¿cómo estás?, you would say, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal? It means basically the same thing. It's how's it going or what's happening. So you can say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Or you can say, hola, ¿qué tal? Now the answer to both, if somebody asks you this, or if you say it to someone, what they should say back, is bien. ¿Y tú? Remember, ¿y tú? Means and you. So it should sound like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú? Next, let's look at the phrases for the time. All right? If it's the morning, we say, buenos días. Buenos días. For the afternoon, we say, buenas tardes. Now we also say buenas tardes for the evening as well. Okay? So it'd be afternoon and evening. But if it is nighttime, when you're going to sleep or you're leaving, you would say buenas noches. Buenas noches. Just like in English. If it was the nighttime but you're arriving at a party, you would say good evening, everyone. But if you were leaving that same party, then you would say good night, everyone. Next, those go-to basics, we need to have some manners, and when we ask for things, we need to know how to say please and thank you. Let's start with por favor. Por favor. Next, we have gracias. Gracias. And the answer, of course, is de nada. De nada. And yes and no, very important to know in any language. Yes in Spanish is sí, sí, and no is no, no. Now remember, with introductions, we were reviewing this past week. We learned how to say my name is or I am. The three phrases we learned is yo me llamo, or just simply me llamo. We learned yo soy, or soy. And we learned mi nombre es. Mi nombre es. Those are all ways to introduce yourself. So if you were going to introduce yourself, you could say, hola, mi nombre es Juan. Or you could say, hola, soy Juan. Finally, you could say, hola, me llamo Juan. Now, if you wanted to ask someone their name, you could say, ¿y tú? Now, what if we wanted to actually ask the question, what is your name? Okay. Now, we're going to start with two question words. And in Spanish, the two question words that we're going to start with is ¿cuál? ¿Cuál? And ¿qué? ¿Qué? Now, we feel like saying, if I wanted to ask someone, what is your name? Then you might be confused and you might want to use ¿qué es tu nombre? ¿Qué es tu nombre? But actually in Spanish we use ¿cuál? When you're trying to choose from a list of something. So for example, if you were asking someone's hobbies, you were asking someone's name or their phone number, because technically there are only a limited amount of names or limited amount of phone numbers. Think of it that way. If you're choosing from a list of something, like someone's name, hobbies, favorite food, something like that, then you would use the question word ¿cuál? ¿Cuál? So if you were asking someone their name, you would say ¿cuál es tu nombre? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Now, if you wanted to know the definition of a word or what something is, for example, if somebody says, hey, have you ever eaten a taco? You could ask, ¿qué es un taco? ¿Qué es un taco? Because it's not really a list, you're asking for a definition. So, if you wanted to ask for someone's name, you could say, ¿cuál es tu nombre? If you wanted to ask for their telephone number, then you could say, ¿cuál es tu número? ¿Cuál es tu número? Speaking of the numbers, finally let's look over how to say the basic numbers from 0 to 10. Again, I'll just repeat them in Spanish, and you should find them written in Spanish as well as the number at the bottom of the screen. 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let me repeat that one more time. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of homework before next week. I want you to do this. Okay, here's the activity. I'm going to give you 4 sets of numbers, 4 sets of telephone numbers. I'm going to have you ask me what my telephone number is. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. And then I'm going to say the telephone number in Spanish. So I want you to get a paper and a pencil and write down what those phone numbers are. And then I will check them next time I see you. So first, ask me what my telephone number is. I'll give you time. Go ahead. Did you get it? Remember, to ask me for my telephone number, it's ¿cuál es tu número? ¿Cuál es tu número? And then I'll respond. I say, mi número es 0, 5, 2, 3, 9, 3, 1, 8, 4, 7. So once again, 0, 5, 2, 3, 9, 3, 1, 8, 4, 7. Telephone number 2. ¿Cuál es tu número? Mi número es 5, 6, 2, 9, 4, 8, 2, 5, 9, 0. One more time. 5, 6, 2, 9, 4, 8, 2, 5, 9, 0. Telephone number 3. ¿Cuál es tu número? Mi número es 947 448 5371. One more time. 947 448 5371. Final phone number. ¿Cuál es tu número? Mi número es 058 493 8726. One more time. 058 493 8726. Well, that's it for today. So make sure to study the vocabulary that I taught you in class as well as all through this video, and try to do that homework. Have it ready for next week. All right, ladies, have a good one.